everybody, welcome back. This video is going to be a little different because, well, one, I'm drawing the wonderful EmberWolf. Ever since she really loved my gender bent Luna design, I've kind of been watching a lot of her videos and she's just super neat, and she was having a not so great week, so I decided to draw this for her. And anyway, but instead of me talking about what I'm drawing today, I'm going to be mostly ranting to you about art theft, and those of you who have seen my community page know I really don't like it. I'm not a huge fan of that happening to me or any of my friends, or it's just plain rude in my opinion. But on my Instagram, I asked a bunch of my followers and friends how they felt about it, and they made some pretty good points, and so I wrote down a lot of notes of, what they said and put my own my own opinions to it as well. So, for the first one is repost accounts, and I've had my issues with repost accounts occasionally. Usually I'm able to take care of it easy peasy, but a friend of mine did point out that repost accounts get way more likes or comments than the original artist posts, and I can see where that is an issue because, you spend a lot of time on these pieces, and your fan base is either very small, or, Instagram decides that, you're not posting enough, so they don't give it enough attention, versus a repost account that's on 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, just posting everybody's work left and right, and they get thousands upon thousands of likes and comments, and they have a huge follower account, and I can see where it gets frustrating because you're trying your best, and then this person who just takes your work without asking gets all the recognition and fame from your own work. And it's honestly heartbreaking because I feel for that. I've gone through that a few times and it sucks. Another one for the repost situation, I find they never ask permission. Like, I've never truly been asked. I think I've had a total of 5 repost accounts ask me. And usually they ask for my comics, and I say yes because they're stupid. Like, they mean nothing to me. They're like a 20-minute drawing, and it's nothing, honestly. But I've had a few that have asked for my bigger pieces, and I like to check, the repost account. I like to check their history, see if they're, legit and being respectful. And most of the time they are. Some I find, no, I don't feel comfortable with that, and I tell them no. They're okay with it. They go about their day, and it's fine. But those other repost accounts that don't ask is like, that's the rudest thing, honestly. Like, you always ask for permission for anything. Like, can I have this? Can I borrow this? Like, you always ask permission for everything. It doesn't matter, what it is. It's common courtesy, honestly. Another one that a friend pointed out to me, and this is a debate between me and everybody else, because I have my rules. I prefer none of my work gets reposted. Those of you who are on my Instagram, you've seen my little comics. Those are fine. You can repost those. I have no problem with that. Anything bigger, like a huge photo, and you look at it and you can tell I put a lot of work into it, don't take that. That's like hours and weeks of work. Like my Valentino animatic, that was like 3 months of work, and I've had a few people take clips of it, and I'm like, please don't do that. That was all me and my friend. Like, please don't take my work, because okay, so this is the credit situation. Repost accounts never seem to bother to credit or even check if the artist allows reposts of their work, because a few of my friends do have, the please don't repost my work unless with credit, and that's fine. That's their rules. They're allowed to have that. But, no one checks to make sure, because I've had a few repost accounts post my stuff, and they'll tag me and they'll credit me, and I'm sitting there like, you did not check my bio, did you? Because it clearly says, do not repost my stuff. Like, you can credit me and tag me all you want, but I'm still upset about it because you didn't respect my rules. You didn't respect me as the artist. I'm not okay with this. And I've had friends who I've found stolen work, and I go, hey, this is yours, and they go, okay, and they say, oh, I just want credit. And in the back of my mind, I'm like, ugh, they don't deserve that they don't deserve that courtesy of asking, because one, they never do. They will or they won't. It's usually a 50-50 situation. Or they will just straight out private their account or block you. And then you have no way of, filing a claim. And unless you're me, who has like 3 other accounts, just to make sure if an account does go private, I have the links to make the forms, the copyright forms. It's just, I don't know, it's a losing battle when you try to ask, in my opinion. I've always lost when I've asked, so I've completely stopped asking for credit. I did that in the beginning, and I now see that it doesn't go anywhere, so that's why I don't believe in asking for credit anymore when repost accounts take my stuff. And then there are some repost accounts where they claim it as theirs, like there will always be someone out there that says, "Oh, I drew this," and you're sitting there like, "No, you didn't, because I know who this belongs to." And then there are the people who crop out the watermarks or try to erase them. Why go through all that effort to hide the fact that you stole this? Like, just do the necessary requirements. That's all we ask. But don't sit there and lie that you drew that and go through all the trouble of getting rid of our watermark. It's just going to make you look even more guilty. So then the next one was roleplay accounts, and this is the exact same situation as a repost account, except they just take specific photos, like roleplay account. I've had a few Hell of a Boss roleplay accounts that have taken my stuff, and it's just honestly a nightmare because they have a specific way of doing things. They will tag me in some stuff and occasionally credit, and I'm sitting there like, that I didn't agree to any of that. But the one thing that I've noticed, I've gone through this a lot, so you can tell. They will tag like multiple roleplay accounts, and I'm like, oh my god, I don't know why you just did that, because now all these other roleplay accounts are gonna snag this photo, and then I have to dig even deeper to, take those images off their accounts. So I end up spending like 2-3 days just digging to get rid of, this spider web of posts, and it's just so annoying and irritating, and I hate it. And I hate, like, what you're doing is wrong. I'm sorry, I'm just frustrated. Another thing with the roleplay accounts, I've had this situation happen to me twice. One, a roleplay account took a hellhound design that I made. Now keep in mind, the hellhound design that I made was an homage to my dog who just passed away a week ago, and someone sends me, this person is using your Otis design, and so, I'm like, I can't do anything about a profile photo, So I sent them a message trying to explain the situation, and they seemed like they were okay about it, and then they blocked me, and so I couldn't do anything about it, and that was probably my last straw of actually talking to these reposters and roleplay accounts. I was like, I can't do this anymore. If you're gonna sit there and take a character that is literally, a member of my family, and I'm sorry, it's just like a slap in the face. Like, you don't know how much these characters mean to me. Every character means something to somebody, and to have them taken away is just rude and not fair to the artist in any way. Ugh. It's just frustrating, I'm sorry. And I've had another situation with Haffy, and I know she's very curvaceous and, lusty looking, but she is a part of me. She's the most self-insert character I've ever made, and I've had people, take her and put her in situations that I just would never do. Like, I have the story, I have bits and pieces of her whole life and info everywhere on my Instagram and Twitter, and then having somebody take her and putting her in situations where that's just not her, or that's not what she would do, is just another slap in the face, because you're taking basically me and putting me in those situations, and I would never do any of that stuff. And it just shows that you don't really care about my character enough, or me in that matter, to just do that. And it's honestly a slap in the face. And then the last 2 points are basically tracing. We all know tracing is bad, in the sense, like, if you traced a full image and didn't change anything and saying, I drew this image, it's never okay. And, like, you can add all the effects you want, but you still trace it, because I've had a few people trace my work, and, they do a different brush, or they add some lighting, or, they add things onto the original drawing, and I'm like, that's still my original drawing. You didn't change anything. And like, I understand the stigma of saying I trace this, everyone, it just sounds bad. But as an artist, tracing is normal. It's one of the things we all start off doing when we want to do art. Every artist, well not every, well I don't know if every artist, but nearly almost every artist has traced something in their whole career. I mean, and a lot of people learn differently. Like, people who trace do eventually learn how to memorize that specific pose or whatever, and they are able to change it. You know, it's, I guess, just the whole situation with people who do trace and say I drew this is the part that makes it bad. But you know, that's just what happens, I guess, in our community. And then this is just like a quick last thing that I would like everyone to keep in mind. Not us who are having the issues, but the people who are doing it. To the people who take stuff and repost stuff, look, I understand drawing is hard, and I understand the excitement that all the fame and all the likes and all the comments, you know, brings. It's fun to have all of that. At the end of the day, it honestly means nothing, but you know, at that time it feels great to have all that feedback and all that. It's fun to have all that stuff right then and there, but doing all of that is just, it's gonna come back at you. The more you do it, the more people are gonna notice it, and it's gonna bite you in the butt. A few times that I have caught somebody and I've told them about it, they've, you know, gone out of their way to either manipulate me into feeling bad about the whole situation, or they act like they didn't know, or, you know, they give me every excuse in the book. And all I really want at the end of the day from people who do these things is an apology. Just tell me you're sorry. Tell me you will try to do better. I can't ask you to completely change how you do things, because most of these people are like teenagers, so I can't ask too much, but an apology does go a long way in my book. I'm a very, you know, tell me you're sorry kind of person. But if you just start, you know, panicking and throwing all these things in my face, it makes me feel like you're not sorry. You don't care that you did something wrong. And I can't accept an apology after you've done all of that, because it shows that you really didn't care in the beginning to even try to do that. And, you know, this is gonna go on forever. I mean, it's just what happens in the art community, and I understand that, but I would just like the older art community, to try and teach the younger generation that maybe this isn't a good idea. I don't want to say that it's our job to teach them, but it is a good idea to let, you know, the younger artists, the people who are coming into this, like, hey, it's okay to do some of these things, but remember, there are rules. There are artists who have different rules for different things. You need to respect that, you know, just as you would respect someone in person. So this was a little weird to talk about. I mean, I have way more points, but I feel like this is going to be way too long, and I just wanted to get my opinions and my points out there and let you guys know, like, how I feel about the whole situation. But that's all I have for right now. I hope you somewhat enjoyed this, and I will see you guys in the next video. I will do my best to get the Alistair angelic form done. But anyway, I hope everyone has a really good day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!